gate.
They're running in the All-American Futurity, and they all got away beautifully.
With his huge long strides, upright, in right, strangled down. How great is it?
It's going to be too late. Here's a three-horse photo. It's very tight.
And welcome to those watching on Q Racing Video tonight to the 2012 American Quarter Horse Racing Championships from our home away from home here, Heritage Place in Oklahoma City, where we host this event every year. I'm Tom Dawson. I'll be your host for this evening's festivities. And our thanks to Jeff Tebow and his staff here at Heritage Place for a great job putting all this together and all the help they give us to be able to bring this traveling road show here to Oklahoma City. And also this year, a special thanks to the girls in the competition department at AQHA. A very tight time frame turnaround between the first of the year, the balloting, and the announcements of these awards. They went double time to get everything ready and prepared for this evening. And before we get any further, say hello to my partner, the man who will be doing the interviews tonight, the outstanding race caller at Remington Park and director of publicity, Mr. Dale Day.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be back again for a third straight year, Tom.
Before we start with the awards, a couple of special recognitions here this evening. We have some special guests with us. First of all, the Secretary of Agriculture for the state of Oklahoma, Mr. Jim Reese, a friend and supporter of all AQHA activities here in the state. And Mike and Carolyn Carrier, President of the Oklahoma City Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you, as always, for your hospitality here at Oklahoma City. So, voting procedures, how does it work? Well, it's pretty simple. There's a ballot in each category that consists of the leading money earners, the leading race winners, any open grade 1 winner, any other nominee by a member of the racing committee, and anybody that I met during the past year. They're all on the ballot. 21 members of the champion selection subcommittee, 11 selected by the racing committee, and 10 appointed by the racing council. No more than 4 members can reside in the same state or eat at the same restaurant at the same time. Try to keep all this separate. Now, the members gathered for a meeting January 5th and 6th to review all the information. In fact, they were locked in a room and told to come up with some answers. If not, they were going to continually play a loop of Johnny Jones singing "All My Exes Live in Texas." So they voted. Believe me, they voted. Now, you won't like everybody that wins tonight, probably, but you got 364 days to not like them. So tonight, you can like them at least a little bit. So we have the results for 17 equine awards, 4 championships for horsemen, and 3 special awards that we'll get to this evening. And to help us with the first set of awards, we want to bring up AQHA Executive Vice President Don Treadway. Welcome, Don. Little hand for Don. Now, last year, we kind of set a time limit of about 90 minutes, and we got through with 90 seconds to spare. So we're certainly hoping we can do at least that well this time around. So let's get started with our first category of the evening. This will be the 2-year-old geldings. And it's a group in which there were several strong championship cases to be made. Here they are. Starting off with Big Boy, second in the Grade 1 Texas Classic Futurity, followed by Carter's Cookie, who won the Grade 1 Rainbow, earned $352,000. Then comes El Duero, winner of the Grade 1 West Texas Futurity, second in the Heritage Place. Now we got Fires Blazing, a 3-time Grade 1 finalist. Gonna Cha-Cha, winner of the Zia Futurity and the All-American Juvenile. Perry's Runaway won the Louisiana Champions Day Juvenile. Sassmaster won the Grade 2 Sam Houston Futurity. Secret Courage, the Grade 1 Southwest Juvenile. Sudden Thought, second in the Grade 1 All-American Futurity. The August Heat, second in the 2 million and the earnings leader in the division. And Wicked Courage, who won 2 Black Gold Futurity finals. And the winner in a very close, in fact, I believe this category was a runoff, but the champion 2-year-old gelding is El Duero. Now, he started the year off right qualifying for the Grade 1 West Texas Futurity in his very first career start. Then he went one better in Summer Park in the West Texas Final. Here he is wearing number 7.
And they're off in the West Texas Futurity. A bit of a slow beginning for Exquisite. Catching a flyer away from the gate was Pajarita Cita, pouring on the speed early in second. El Duero in between him in third. Yield to Libby's coming, as is Caballo, Famous Eagle, Pajarita Cita. El Duero on the outside. El Duero fires away to win it.
El Duero, bred by Jorge Haddad by Oak Tree Special out of La Jolla Rocket, owned by the RT Stables, trained by Toby Keaton, ridden by Augustine Silva and G.R. Carter. In the Grade 1 races that he won, the West Texas Futurity ran second in the Grade 1 Heritage Place Futurity, which is probably the reason he got over the hump, the only one of the Grade 1 winners who was also Grade 1 placed and was never worse than second all year long. There we go. I knew we weren't going to let this, well, I guess we are letting this trophy go unclaimed. Butch supposed to, oh, here comes Butch Wise. One thing about it, if you've got a trophy to be accepted, you can always count on Butch Wise. And the breeder, Jorge Haddad. Jorge, stand right there a minute and talk to Dale Day.
Jorge, congratulations accepting this award for El Duero. If you can, as the representative accepting, talk about his year last year. Lightly raced, a lot of success early, had a lot of promise in the early futurities.
Well, I really don't know what he's going to do this year. I just bred the horse and I'm really happy with the accomplishment that he has done. He's an excellent horse. He only ran 4 races and he proved he was a really good horse. So I'm really happy about it.
Hopefully he is going well and can do well as a 3-year-old coming up this year, and congratulations as the breeder of El Duero.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jorge. All right, here are the 2-year-old fillies, and this is a group that was consistently prominent in the major 2-year-old stakes run during the year. Here they are, starting out with A Dream to Remember, the Grade 2 Hobbs America Futurity winner. Joy Rose Eagle SA, third in the Golden State. Matabari, the winner of the Grade 1 Los Alamitos $2 million and the leading filly earner. Ms. Jingles won the Berwick and Louisiana Breeders' Lassie Futurities. Native T. Rose, a Grade 1 All-American finalist. PJ Chicken Black, Grade 1 Ruidoso Futurity winner, second in filly earnings. Secretly Hot won the Grade 2 Governor's Cup Futurity. SF Banco Aguerrido, a Mexican Futurity winner. The Queen Has Gone Nuts, winner of the name competition and 2-time Grade 1 qualifier. And Valiant Little Lady, winner of the Texas Classic Futurity. And another fairly tough one, the winner and 2-year-old filly champion is PJ Chicken Black. Now, here's one of the best performances of the year, I thought, because from the start, it doesn't look like she has much chance of winning the Grade 1 Ruidoso Futurity, but she did it. Watch her wearing number 4.
They're running. Good break for Pajarita Cita at the rail. Going with that one, Stole the Angel. Then it's Crash Cartel on the far side. Jessa Star trying to get going. PJ Chicken Black. Pajarita Cita. Here comes Crash Cartel and Jessa Star. And PJ Chicken Black suddenly explodes. PJ Chicken Black wins the Ruidoso Futurity. Close between Crash Cartel and Jessa Star for second and third.
PJ Chicken Black by DeCirio out of Eddie Jim, bred by Freda Draper, owned by Denny Bowen, Susie Taylor, and Jack Smith Farms. Trained by Carl Draper and John Steinbow, ridden by Escar Ramirez in all of her major races. She won the Ruidoso, the Mexican Spring Futurity, and she was the fastest qualifier for the All-American Futurity. Here's the owner.
Talk about your ownership group. If you're going to have an ownership group put together, a very solid one to rack up a lot of money for you in a great year.
Yeah, my mom and dad are in on it too, so it's a family thing, and it's pretty fun.
describe the year. You had a great season. A little disappointment there at the end, but overall, your thoughts on 2012?
We couldn't ask for any more from her. Like I say, we just, if you're going to throw a bad race, that was the wrong one to throw it in, you know.
Going into the All-American, you qualify, obviously you're the favorite in the race. With the success you'd had leading up to that point, are you confident going into a race like that, or are you still trepidatious even though you've qualified and you had a super year?
No, we were still very nervous and knew it was a horse race and anything can happen. So, a little disappointed, but we were very happy with her this year.
All right. Is a 3-year-old plans for that?
Yeah, we're going to start out with the West Texas Derby and then the 3 derbies at Ruidoso.
All right. PJ Chicken Black, solid 2-year-old year. Hopefully big things for a 3-year-old year.
And a champion owned by hard-working backstretch people. That's a good thing to see. All right, moving into the 2-year-old colts. Now, this is a group whose victories featured some of the most dominant performances at any point during the year. Here's who was on the ballot. Starting off with AHA Moment, qualified for the All-American and the $2 million. BP Cartel's Alibi, Grade 1 Heritage Place Futurity winner right here. Dash for Coronas won the Grade 2 Oklahoma Futurity. Freedom Choice was the fastest qualifier and 3rd place finisher in the $2 million. Junior Junebug won the Mountaintop Futurity in New Mexico. Lotta PYC won the Remington Park Futurity. One Dashing Eagle, a 3-time Grade 1 winner, earned over $2 million. One Handsome Man won the Grade 1 Dash for Cash Futurity. And the $1 million LQHBA Futurity winner opened me a Corona. PYC Can't Catch Me, a 2-time Grade 1 qualifier. And Separate Interest, 2nd in the Golden State Futurity. Probably not a lot of drama in this category. The 2-year-old colt is One Dashing Eagle. And because obviously his exploits were very impressive all the way down the line, this is the one that elevated him to the top of the charts, the All-American Futurity. Here he is wearing number 6.
And away they go in the All-American Futurity, and a beautiful start for One Dashing Eagle. AHA Moment also came away well. Sudden Thoughts from down along the inside. Native T Rose, BP Cartel's Alibi is also right there, but it's One Dashing Eagle. Full of run for Ramon Sanchez. To the extreme outside comes AHA Moment. A huge effort from Sudden Thoughts down along the inside, but the Ed Burke Million winner, One Dashing Eagle, is going to crush him here in the All-American Futurity. Sudden Thoughts a good second. AHA Moment finishing 3rd. Native T Rose just won a Corona, 4th and 5th.
Bred by the Allred brothers in Arizona, by One Famous Eagle out of One Sweet Dash, owned by Jose and Gustavo De La Torre and San Gregorio Racing, trained by Jose De La Torre. Jockey Adrian Loza in one of the Grade 1s, Ramon Sanchez there in the All-American and later on. Won $3 million plus races. I don't think that's ever been done. No photo finish needed in any of his races. 3/4 of a length was the smallest margin. And he's the richest 2-year-old of all time. Otherwise, he didn't do much last year.
Yeah, it was a pretty quiet year. Gustavo, tell us about One Dashing Eagle. First, let's start with the purchase price. $47,000 for a purchase. There was some things I've heard that maybe there was a little buyer's remorse for that price early on.
No, it was, phenomenal. And we're thrilled with the Allred brothers. We got one to just for them, and now One Dashing Eagle, and we can say we're the happiest family in the world right now.
Any concerns? The first out, 2nd in a maiden. Now, obviously, pretty solid streak after that, but after the first race, any worries?
No. It was his first race, and maiden race, and he did pretty well. He did great. He's trying, and we just kept on going, and he got better and better as we went along.
Confidence continued to build throughout the year. Then, obviously, at the end in the All-American, your thoughts going into that race?
Well, we know we had a strong horse for the race, and we decided to go to the mountain and try luck. It's a very hard place to win races, but he's a very tough horse, and he accomplished a lot of good things.
Congratulations, One Dashing Eagle, champion 2-year-old colt.
Congratulations, guys. All right, now for our next participant here, there are no ballot entries, just a winner, because the winner of the one particular race in South America is automatically the South American champion. So let's recognize Dash Glory Ease as the South American champion. Now, he's a 4-year-old stallion, and he won the title by winning the South American Challenge Championship, as we said, at the Jockey Club de Sorocaba in Brazil. So let's see what that race.
Foi na partida para o Charles 2012. Pelo meio da raia nós temos Expresso Refúgio lá por dentro desse Glory Easy. A disputa vai ser espetacular. O índice Colt, a briga pela primeira colocação entre todos os competidores. Pela baliza 4 nós temos o representante Expresso Refúgio. E número 2, Dash Glory Easy foi vitorioso. Chegada espetacular.
That's really something to be able to translate that well. Owner breeder Adas Fazenda Bella by Hollandaise out of Medvedev, bred in Brazil, winner of the South American Challenge, as we saw, came here and ran in the Bank of America Challenge Championship. Do we have a representative from South America? Nobody here. Okay. That one will be, we'll give it to Vince Jinko. I'm sure he'll be the next guy we know that'll be going down that far. So congratulations to the South American champion. Now we'll go from way south to north and look at the contenders for the Canadian champion. Here are the major players north of the border. Carter's Secret at 3 for 4, winner of the All-Canadian Futurity. Corduroy Road won the Alex Peikoff Memorial. Kiss My Starry Dash, second in the Sire Stakes Derby. La Petite Rose, winner of the Ontario Sire Stakes Futurity. Not Looking to Shake won the Ontario Bred Maturity. Red Kelly, 4 for 5, including the Ajax Maiden Stakes. Stolen Ivory, second in 2 Canadian Futurities. Sugar Bar, 4-time Sugar Bar, singular, not the old guy. 4-time Futurity finalist. Wrangler Gump, 5 for 8, won the Ontario Sire Stakes Derby, and Zoomin' After 6, 6 for 8, and winner of 2 Canadian Derbies. So the Canadian champion for 2012 is Zoomin' After 6. Now, there's nothing like closing your season with a stakes win. Zoomin' After 6 did just that by winning the Ontario Bred and Foal Derby at Ajax Down.
And they're off! Zoomin' After 6 in the center of the track has the lead over Wrangling Gump. Our General Grant between horses is FF Trick Magnet, and it's Zoomin' After 6 accelerating in the center. Wrangling Gump is coming to join him. It's those two over the final 40 yards. There's Zoomin' After 6 is going to win the Ontario Bred Derby.
Zoomin' After 6, bred in Ontario. Owner breeder Steve Hunter by Zoomin' for Bucks out of Silk at 6. 3-year-old gelding trained by Janet Rice, ridden by Helen Vanek. The Canadian earnings leader, never worse than 3rd in 2002. And a 2-time Derby winner, that Ontario Bred and Foal Derby we saw, and also the Maple Leaf Derby. So congratulations to the Canadian champion. Getting more photo time than any champion so far. That's pretty good. And here's Dale Day with the winners.
Congratulations on a very solid year. Perfect in the money last year. Perfect overall in the money in the career. Talk a little bit about Zoomin' After 6.
He's never had a bad race in his life.
Now, you're emotional about this. I mean, he's been perfect in the money. First, second, third, every out. Yeah. Does this surprise you?
Not at all. He's a homebred. We raced his grandmother as well.
Okay. Any thoughts about moving south for a couple of races?
I'd love to come down here. We might have to because they're trying to kill our racing up north.
You want to talk about that for a minute?
We don't.
All right, we'll leave it on a good note. Zoomin' After 6, congratulations, Canadian champion.
Zoomin' After 6, 6 for 8 and $109,000 last year. All right, from north back south we go. These are the contenders for Mexican champion. Starting with Bonnie Horse, Runner-up in the Futurity Subasta Selecta. Isambaso, 2-time Mexican Derby winner. Then Horse Gamble, 3-time Futurity winner, or qualifier rather. Ima Zivai, declared winner of the Futurity Garanones. Mongo Sambaso won the Futurity Mexico, earned $80,000. Native Mateo, GC, 2-time Futurity qualifier. SDE Agarrido Bank, 2-time Futurity qualifier. SF Banco Agarrido won the Futurity Subasta Selecta. SF Gotta Assault You won the Derby Subasta Selecta, and SF Quick Sassy Dash won the Futurity Criadores Mexicanos. And the SF champion is SF Banco Agarrido. Now, she was prominent in Futurity competition all year long, finished with her best shot in Futurity Subasta Selecta in November in Mexico City. Here she is, number 8.
Arranca el Futurity Subasta Selecta, despuntando número 3, Bonnie Horse. Por dentro viene moviéndose el número 1, SD Aguerrido Bank. Entre ejemplares el 2, Horse Gamble. Por fuera vuela Banco Aguerrido. Ese es Banco Aguerrido, está ganando fácilmente. Ese es Banco Aguerrido. 8-3-10. Así llegan.
I told you she was number 8. I tried to tout you off, but wouldn't go for it. 2-year-old filly, bred by Hector Roldan out of SF Royal Bank, out of Aguerrida Conderosa, owned by Artemio Bastida Maya, trained by Hector Roldan and Raimundo Sandoval, and ridden by Rodrigo Vallejo in that Futurity win, who normally plies his trade here in the United States. So no recipient from Mexico. That's 2 that we get to ship. All right, now change of pace here. Tom Lepic. Are you here, Tom? Wherever you are, come forward. I know he's here because I warned him. Here he comes. Here he comes. This is the Gordon Crone Special Achievement Award, and it's named for noted Kansas horseman Gordon Crone, and presented to recognize the achievements of an outstanding man in American quarter horse racing industry throughout the year, as selected by a vote of the racing committee. Now, in the book that you have, it says that Tom Lepic works actively to improve American quarter horse racing. I don't think actively even begins to describe it. He's a successful realtor, horse owner, champion Spit Curl Diva, civic leader in his home state of Iowa, spearheaded many improvements in the quarter horse racing picture in Iowa, and we all saw his passion and dedication to quarter horse racing when the Bank of America Challenge Championships were held at Prairie Meadows last year. Now, he used to be a jockey, but these days he's a guy who puts projects on his back and carries them across the finish line. Congratulations to the Gordon Crone winner, Mr. Tom Lepic.
Tom, congratulations. Let's start first of all with your jockey career. What made you change to be on the other side of things and doing other things in racing?
I was knocked out.
Knocked out? Is it physically knocked out or just knocked out it didn't work?
I was physically knocked out. I was knocked out for many days, and doctors told me that after a few concussions I probably should end. And but you gotta make sure you get this straight. I never was the type of jockey that you see today. You know, I was riding in the bush tracks and doing the things that I enjoyed the most. And you know, the most fun thing was, you know, the person I rode the most for at that time is still training today, and the people that I was around at that time are still owning and in this industry today. And you know, that I can honestly say that's why I'm here today. It's because the respect I have for the people in this industry. I just love them, and it's an industry where you know, nobody works harder, and I just want to give back to them.
Well, and it's very nice that connections you met and worked with many, many years ago kept you down the road to stay in the game and do what you've been able to do.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, there's so many people here today that have been such an inspiration to me. And like I say, you know, coming here years back, I realized it's the type of people I want to be around. Nobody works harder than the people in this industry. Nobody gives back to the industry the way people in the quarter horse industry do, and I just love them. I love being around them, and I'm so honored tonight. This is amazing.
Well, where does this fit? You've had plenty of success, especially over the last few years with action on the track and success on the track. Where does this award fit into that?
You know, Speak Girl Diva's accomplishments are great, but this is the tops to me. I mean, being recognized by the people in this industry who I respect the most, it's the greatest award I've ever had, and I thank everybody that had anything to do with it. It's a shock to me that I'm here tonight, and I'll continue to do everything I can for this industry, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Tom Blepick, congratulations, Tom.
All right, we go back to the horses now with the distance contenders. And like a good hand of bridge, these guys bring both length and strength to their game. Here are the nominees. There's 5. Starting with All About Larry, winner of the Grade 1 Red Cell Challenge and a 6-time distance winner. Familiar name to Passamaquoddy, distance champ for the last 2 years, 3 more stakes wins. I'm a Royal Quick, 2 distance stakes wins at Zia Park last year. KC Royal Flush, winner of the New Mexico Classic Cup. And Rollickin' Red, distance earnings leader with over $200,000 and 3 stakes wins. And the distance champion, and he was all about distance. He was about the distance he put between himself and other people. All About Larry. Now, for most of the year, it wasn't a question of whether he would win, but by how much. Here's the most important of those dominating efforts, the Grade 1 Red Cell Challenge.
All About Larry and Emperor Valorine. These are the 2 into the stretch drive. He's a real stone, is back to 3rd. Caller Hero has to run up the inside, and Passamaquoddy has dropped back. They come down the lane. All About Larry is on top now, drawing off from Emperor Valorine. Caller Hero is next up, and Passamaquoddy is trying to get into it late, but they come down to the final 100 yards, and All About Larry and Salvador Martinez to win the Red Cell Distance Challenge Championship.
All About Larry, bred by the Las Vegas Ranch by a 5-year-old gelding by Haza Motor Scooter out of Come Hell or High Water, owned by Diane Heath, trained by Tom Bartol in Arizona and John Steinbow everywhere else. Salvador Martinez up in all the stakes wins. He won distance stakes at 4 different tracks. His last 3 wins were by a total of 23 lengths. So definitely a dominating year for All About Larry.
Congratulations for All About Larry. Talk about the margin of victory. When he won, he won. His average margin of victory in 6 wins, 6 1/4 lengths. He won by as many as 9. Does that just make you nonchalant when you go through, he's going to 10-length win, no big deal, or do you ever still go with any concern?
Well, we've kind of learned to expect it because he did it so many times, and but each time that he did it, it was incredible, and each race that he won was always a blessing, and we were always amazed. He's an amazing horse.
At what point in 2012, when he's racking up these large victories, did you start to think maybe he might be in line for the Distance Champion Award?
We started planning for it at when he won his first time going 870 at Turf Paradise, and he won that, and that race, first time going 870, and set the track record there. That had been there for, I believe, 8 years. And then when he came back and ran 3 weeks later, and ran a 1,000-yard race, and
it was 4,400s off the track record, going 1,000 yards 2 weeks later.
Okay, so right off the bat, you knew you had something special when you stretched him out. Okay, so what's the works for 2013? Well-traveled, you taking on all comers on tour again?
We're going to do this again.
Well, one thing we want to just let you know that that we have the best trainer there is, Johnny Stonewall, and he's done remarkable with this horse. This is a wonderful horse, but we couldn't have done it without him. He's the man behind what gets him there.
All About Larry was very special, and we're looking forward to seeing him again in 2013. Congratulations.
Classic case of a quarter horse doing okay going short, but really finding a life going around the turn with All About Larry. All right, for our next group of awards, we'd like to welcome a new presenter to the stage, Executive Committee member Dr. Glenn Blodgett. If Dr. Blodgett would come forward, there he is. He was on this stage last year, of course, as the recipient of the AQHA Special Recognition Award. This year, Dr. Blodgett, you actually have to work to be on the stage. Let's start with the 3-year-old colt contenders. Now, this is a group looking to parlay sophomore racing opportunities into the basis of a future stud career. Here's a look. We have Dashing Vike, runner-up in the Grade 1 Ruidoso Derby. Feature Mr. Bojangles, a finalist in 2 Grade 1 derbies. Feature My News, a stakes winner in Florida and Indiana. First Blazing Love, 3-time New Mexico stakes winner. He's Our Secret, 3-year-old colt earnings leader, second in 2 Grade 1 derbies. Kobe, winner of the Grade 1 Losal Winter Derby. And Trece Nueve, second in 2 graded derbies. And the champion 3-year-old colt is He's Our Secret. Now, his biggest impressions this year might have been made in races that he didn't win. But here's the stake in which he did visit the winner's circle, the Z. Wayne Griffin Director Stakes. Here's He's Our Secret.
And away they go. And He's Our Secret started off beautifully, and Senior Toby also came away well. Sparky E-Boy to the extreme outside, and Just You and I is now trying to rally on, and so is this feature is special. But Ricky Ramirez now guiding He's Our Secret out powerfully, and He's Our Secret's getting stronger as the race gets longer. Very impressive to beat Senior Toby.
By first down dash out of Secret Separation, bred by the Vessel Stallion Farm, owned by Johnny Trotter, trained by Blaine and Trey Wood, ridden by Ricky Ramirez. He's Our Secret, as we said, was the leading 3-year-old colt money earner. He was second in the 2 richest derbies of 2012, the All-American Derby and the Losal Super Derby. He won the Z. Wayne Griffin Stakes and subsequently was 4th in the Champion of Champions, earning his title. So congratulations to He's Our Secret group. And Dale, you got a lot to choose from here. Johnny Trotter, Blaine Wood, Trey Wood, Janet, you got everybody.
If I can get everybody to line up over here, this is not a police lineup, this is a happy lineup. Johnny, we'll start with you. Just missed in a couple of very rich derbies, but you go on to defeat older horses and qualify for the champions, and really made a strong showing for yourself at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's a better horse than his record shows. He's, hell, he's like GR said last year, a different year, he's a different horse. Nobody could outrun Ochoa when he's on his game. He had hard luck as a 2-year-old, and we'd probably won the Rainbow with him. He colicked that day, and it was a devastating event for all of us that morning. And I told Blaine that day there's bigger and better things for this horse than the Rainbow Futurity, so this is part of it. We're going to run him again next year. You'll see him again.
Well, that's great news. And talk about Trey and Blaine and the rest of the team here. Johnny alluded to the difficulties as a 2-year-old. How rewarding is this award to you all for the patience you had to really put forth for really almost 2 years?
He deserves it more than anybody. He's a great horse, tough horse, and really easy to train, and you're just glad to have him in the barn.
And the near-miss derbies, frustrating, but then you turn around and beat older horses and wind up in the champions.
It's frustrating, but then again, when you get back to the barn, you look at him, he gives you everything he's got, and you can't be mad at him for that.
And they were near misses, but it wasn't like they were $10 derbies either, so that's okay. All right, congratulations.
He's hooking the best in the world every time he ran,
We're looking forward to seeing him again this year as an older horse for sure.
Right.
Since he can beat older horses already, we know that. So.
Well, he was recognized for that perseverance and effort by this championship. Congratulations to all you guys, and very happy that we're going to see him again in 2013. He's our secret. I think the secret's out. Yeah. All right, moving on to the 3-year-old filly contenders. We have a half a dozen fillies here on the list. Let's start it off. We have Call Me a Blazing Chick, 2 stakes wins in New Mexico. Cruising the Wagon with 3 stakes wins in the Midwest and the Oklahoma Derby. Do You Do Corona, runner-up in the Grade 1 Golden State Derby. Flamin' Flash, a 3-year-old filly earnings leader, winner of the Millie Vessels. Texas Independence Gal, placed in 3 graded derbies. And Wish You Had One Too, winner placed in 4 New Mexico stakes. So no surprise here, the champion 3-year-old filly is Flamin' Flash. Now she's another, kind of like He's Our Secret, that earned as much respect for runner-up finishes as she did for wins. Nevertheless, she scored a big one here, defeating her elders in the Grade 1 Millie Vessel, wearing number 9, Flamin' Flash.
And away they go in the Mildred Vessels Memorial Handicap, and the one who came away the best is Flamin' Flash. Redeville is also right there on the far outside. Here's this feature is special, beginning to close in with big strides, but Flamin' Flash got the jump in the field, and Flamin' Flash, the lone 3-year-old, is going to annihilate him here. Flamin' Flash, Francisco Rubio, crush him here in the Mildred Vessels. Finishing second, this feature is special. Redeville got third.
Bred by Ed Allred in California, by Walkthrough Fire out of Ola Proud, owned by Robert Williams of Utah, trained by Juan Alleman and Elena Andrade, ridden by Francisco Rubio in the Grade 1 races. Kind of reminds, did something when she won the Millie Vessels. Only 7 3-year-old fillies in the last, 25 or 30 years have been able to win that race. Horses like Blues Girl 2, A.B. What a Runner, Dashing Folly, pretty good company to be in, and she nearly doubled the next 3-year-old filly in earnings. Dale?
Flamin' Flash, we just had He's Our Secret. You had, as a 3-year-old, again, didn't win the big 3-year-old races, but you were well competitive. But you also did very well against older horses. Do you have a reason? Could you put a finger on that any time during the year?
I think we just had awesome trainers that really helped her get to her potential. And it's just been a bright spot in my dad's life this past year. He's unable to travel at all. And so it's been fun when those gates pop open and see her do her best.
Okay, when the gates popped open in the Champions, and late in the race, you've got the one by your name in the chart with the lead. What were the thoughts of the entire family and the team at that point?
Luckily, I was down at Los Alamitos for the race, but most of the family was not. But it was such an awesome race. We were tickled to death with second. I'll take second any day against that group of horses. They were such tough horses, and on a given day, that race could turn out totally different, but we were happy with second.
You were right there, and hopefully things go well. Now that you are really an older horse at age 4, you get back again this year.
That's our plan.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Flamin' Flash also qualified for the Los Al Winter Derby and the Super Derby in a very, very busy championship year. All right, moving on now to the 3-year-old gelding contenders. Lots of success at the highest level among these 7 contenders. Here they are. Check My Thoughts qualified for 4 Grade 1 derbies and won 2 of them. De Niro, winner of the Grade 1 Los Al Super Derby. Executive Brass won the Grade 1 Ruidoso Derby. Just Feature Me Quick, winner of the Hobbs America Derby and 3 times Grade 1 placed. Ochoa, winner of the Grade 1 All-American and Rainbow Derbies. Priceless Feature won the Grade 2 Heritage Place Derby, twice Grade 1 placed. And the Long Knife, winner of the Grade 1 Texas Classic Derby. And the champion 3-year-old gelding is Ochoa. There was a lot to like and a lot on the line for Ochoa last September in the All-American Derby, the richest 3-year-old race ever, and a chance to shatter the all-time earnings record. Here's Ochoa.
And away they go in the All-American Derby. And the one who came away the best was Bill's Last. Ochoa's right alongside Bill's Last. Testing the ice is drifting up, and he begins to close in as well. Just Feature Me Quick has a chance, but Ochoa begins to extend his stride on the far outside, and Ochoa's coming home powerfully here. It was Stoley's winner at one time. It was Refrigerator, but now Ochoa, the richest quarter horse ever, wins the All-American Derby. A tight photo for second between He's Our Secret and Just Feature Me Quick, but Ochoa, the richest quarter horse of all time to take the All-American Derby.
Well, you don't hear that said every day, so that has to sound pretty good. Bred by Johnny Jones, by Traces out of Stoley's Fortune, owned by Johnny and Brenda Jones, Monty and Catsy Cluck, Doug and Siobhan Benson, trained by Sleepy Gilbreth, ridden by Roy Baldiez, winner of the Grade 1 All-American Derby. The Grade 1, now you all get in here like you actually want to get this award, okay? The first quarter horse to earn $1 million in 2 straight years. And he might have had more, but for bad starts in both the Ruidoso and Texas Classic Derbies. Now, while you guys are up here, now we haven't said a whole lot about the earnings record, just heard it there in the race call. But since you're here, we're going to talk about that as well. So first of all, let's take a look at a little highlight reel of some of Ochoa's other outstanding accomplishments.
Ochoa comes in as the fastest qualifier. Here's Robert Fox Jr. with the call.
They're running in the All-American Futurity, and they all got away beautifully. Ochoa, a lot of love for Robin from the far side. T-Cause. Then we have Jess Cuervo, Big Daddy Cartel drifting in along the inside, causing bunching, and Bill's Last had to take up. Ochoa's in front. Ochoa, then T-Cause, followed up by Just Send Me. Ochoa's going to win the All-American Futurity. Ochoa from Just Send Me. T-Cause, a lot of love for Robin from the far side. It is Ochoa. Don't call it a comeback. Sleepy Gilbreth has another All-American knockout performance.
I think there's more.
They're running beautiful break. Just 'Cause I Can fast. And inside that feature Mr. Who, then feature Mr. Bojangles. Here comes Tres Seis Nueve. Ochoa's got to get going. Tres Seis Nueve. Feature Mr. Bojangles down at the rail. Priceless feature. Tres Seis Nueve. Here comes Ochoa with a powerhouse run. Ochoa, I think, got up. Priceless feature was right to the inside. Then Jess Lips and Tres Seis Nueve was fading. That one's close, but I do believe it. Ochoa. That's tight.
And what a horse. I mean, gee, he's, no words can explain what he is.
Sleepy, can you even put it into words right now?
I really can't. It's the biggest thrill ever.
More words than Sleepy Gilbreth has said in the last 2 months, I think, right there. Ochoa won the richest race for his age group at both 2 and 3, and he's raced in nothing but Grade 1 trials and finals. Now, no wonder he got to where he got. The most famous $25,000 repo of all time. Dale?
All right, Sleepy Gilbreth, I know you can talk. You talked last year quite a bit about many horses up here on stage. You've got the all-time leading earner once again under your guidance, and now you completed the All-American Futurity Derby double. That's a very, very rare situation. Describe Ochoa and hopefully what lies ahead for him this year.
Well, he's just a horse anybody could train. He's just a fast horse. He trains himself most of the time. With what I'm saying, with horses like him, anybody could be a good horse trainer. And,
You're not doing much for the PR of your campaign here, but that's okay. Looking forward to this year, what lies on the horizon now at the age of 4?
well, we'd like to run him here at Remington Park in the Invitational.
Good.
And then I don't know just exactly where we'll go from there, but we would like to run him in that.
Okay, and you've got the earnings record now, stepping in here, this large group. This was a group, Tom, we talked about a little bit last year that friends got together and there were some concerns about possible old friendships going away by doing the daring thing of owning a horse together. I think we can wipe that off the book. You're the most unrivaled friendship because you have the all-time earnings now.
Well, it's fun to win, and it makes good friends. But then we came back and bought some, and we didn't do that well last year, so.
Not supposed to say that part, but you try again this year. There's a good sale going on here this weekend. So congratulations, AQHA, everybody. Great 3-year-old campaign. Looking forward to year number 4.
Yeah, I think what Johnny actually said last year was one of the hardest things you'll ever do is buy a friend a horse. But this time it worked out quite well. All right, moving on now to another one of our special achievement awards. We need Debbie Schaff to come to the stage, please. This is the Millie Vessel Special Achievement Award, given yearly to an outstanding woman to recognize her achievements over the past year in the American quarter horse racing industry. Winner selected by a vote of the AQHA Racing Committee. And as you know, Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association Executive Director Debbie Schaff, this is not her first rodeo. She has been instrumental in leadership roles for the Pacific Coast Quarter Horse Association and the Texas Quarter Horse Association. Now she is totally immersed in Oklahoma, from the transition of the Remington Park Futurity and Derby to Oklahoma bred races, to her constant efforts to market and promote quarter horse racing in Oklahoma, to the drafting of legislation and model rules, and the push for stronger medication enforcement. She's a second-time winner of this award. Some people, when you look down the list, could win it every year. I think Debbie Schaff is one of those. Congratulations, Debbie.
Congratulations, Debbie. Yeah, you can applaud again for sure. One of the hardest workers behind the scenes, in front of the scene, sometimes part of the scene. I know you're not in this for the awards, though, but what does this mean to you, especially a second time?
I really don't have any words.
Okay, that is almost a first. I know that. Debbie, I've known Debbie for about 15 years now. When you came back to Oklahoma is when I first met you. So we've had plenty of dealings, and we're still dealing together, which is a great thing for Remington Park and Oklahoma Racing. But I know, there, I filled for you. You've got something to say. I know you do.
I'm just very flattered. Tom Lepick said it very well. There's so many people in this business, and they're just the kind of people you want to be associated with, and they make you want to do all you can do to make it good for them. And that's where I am. That's what makes me happy, is to do a good job.
Now, we've seen a lot, and you've seen a lot throughout your career, but here in Oklahoma, things have been up, they've been down, flat and even, bumpy, rocky, but where do you see Oklahoma right now and your position and the progress made in this state?
I think we're on top of the world. We have the best group of horse industry people trying to do what's best for racing in Oklahoma that I've seen anywhere. We have our disagreements with the other breeds, but when somebody starts picking on us, we're together, just like this whole Fair Meadows issue that we dealt with just a couple through the last month. We can all pull together when we need to. We pulled together when we passed State Question 712. And that's the secret, is you have to put aside all the issues. You have to make a deal that's the best deal you can make at the time and get it made. Don't keep laying it on the table.
It's good words to live by and go by for sure. Well, congratulations, Debbie, 2-time winner. And I know we're going to have a great season this year, right?
We are.
There you go. Debbie Schaff.
All right, now we're going to move on to a group of quality older males staying in top competition. We're not talking about the trainers. Yeah. These are the age stallion contenders, a group we could always use more of. South American champion Dash Glory Ease. 3-time stakes winner Ethics Aside, also the Grade 2 Bank of America Prairie Challenge. Prospect to the Top, 2011 champion 3-year-old colt, two-time Grade 1 winner last year. Taylor's Toastin' Papa, 3 stakes wins in Louisiana. And Zulu Dragon won the Grade 2 James Isaac Hobbs Stakes. And the champion aged stallion for 2012 is Prospect to the Top. He finished the year in very powerful fashion with Grade 1 wins at Zia Park, and this one over a field with nearly $5 million in career earnings. Here he is, number 3 in the championship.
Teller straightens up. Away, awkwardly out, DM streaking through fire and trouble. First Blaze and Love onto the long knife's path, and Prospect to the Top won the break really well. Prospect to the Top in front, down the outside, First Blaze and Love. Just Feature Me Quick, and in the center is Yano Teller, but it's a one-act affair. Prospect to the Top, what a dominant winner. Second, Just Feature Me Quick, First Blaze and Love third.
Bred by Sue May in Texas, owned by Joel Tavares, trained by Mario Sanchez, Ralph and Brandon Muniz, ridden by Oscar Rincon. Prospect to the Top, winner of the Grade 1 Zia Championship at Sunland Park, and led all stallions in earnings with his $275,500 paycheck from last year. And as we said, most of it came about due to his strong finish. He also won the All-American Gold Cup at Ruidoso last year. Dale, a bargain price yearling.
Absolutely. Brandon Muniz representing Prospect to the Top. Talk about the bargain price. Horses go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some go for in a trade. You paid a little bit. Your operation did for this one, I think it was $4,000?
$4,000.
In a private purchase.
They paid for the mother and the baby.
Oh, so it was 2 for 1.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal. Just lightly raced last year, but you finished very strong, knocking out 2 Grade 1s. Talk about the end of the year and prospects coming up.
I mean, I'm speechless, I really can't say much. The horse, he gives everything he has. He has a big heart. That last out, he had a fever 104, and he came back and win it. And, it's just awesome horse, and I really want to thank Jackie Martin for realizing the potential in this horse. And the owners and my father for letting me be here. Because, it's awesome,
Champion aged stallion, Prospect to the Top. Congratulations
on
a big end. Is he still in training?
No, actually, he's at JEH right now, Texas.
Okay, so he finished racing, or what's the story?
The owners are still debating whether they want to see if he can get in the champion or champions. If we're just going to play it by ear, see what happens.
So on vacation, at least for the start of the year?
Yes, sir.
All right, Prospect to the Top. Congrats.
Brandon, thank you. Congratulations. All right, staying in the age division, now moving to the aged mares. The aged mare, a priced item in any stable, both for the current ability and what they might bring in the future. Candy Cartel has 3 stakes wins in Oklahoma and New Mexico. Fredeville, 3 Muriel Challenge Stakes, raced from coast to coast. New Mexico Stakes winner, a little bit southern. This feature is special, a Grade 2 Stakes winner here in Oklahoma, second in the Millie Vessels, and One Wabbit One, boy, is that hard, won or placed in 3 New Mexico Stakes. And the winner, champion aged mare, is Fredeville. Now this 6-year-old mare logged a lot of miles in 2012, going west to east and back again with a very important stop in the Midwest. The Grade 1 Mariel Distaff
Ready
Challenge.
for the Mariel Distaff Challenge Championship. Off and running! Fredeville to the extreme outside. Painted Sable is now charging up in between horses. I'm a Feature Girl there too. They're all lining up now. Surprise Ending is in with a shot. So too Believers Gathering, but it's Painted Sable on top. Now here's a late rally from Fredeville, who is really flying on the outside, and Fredeville goes on to win it by a half length.
Owned and bred by Bob Gentry in Oklahoma. Lived in 4 different barns last year. Matt Frazier, Clint Crawford, Juan Alleman, and Cody Joyner. Ridden by G.R. Carter in all of her stakes wins, which included the Mariel Distaff Challenge Championship. She was the only 2012 champion to to race in both Florida and California. Now, as we all know, Bob Gentry died a short time ago. He was one of the original partners in Heritage Place, the 2003 Racing Council Special Recognition Award recipient, and with his brother Bruce, he raced or bred many outstanding quarter horses over the years, like Delish, Cash Legacy, Fredericksburg, and I always think of Bob, I think of the longest cigar this side of Joe Kirk Fulton. The image is unshakable. So our thoughts with the family, Bob Gentry, tonight on this very special occasion for Fredoville.
With Kirk and Robbie Gentry, brother and sister, Tom alluded to it. Talk about what Fredoville meant to your father and to your entire family, especially all the success she's had, really not only last year, but over her entire career. She's been extremely consistent.
Yes, this family, it goes back to probably about 6, 7 generations that he's had of this family, and he's very, very proud of the family, and this was his passion. He loved the industry and loved horse racing.
Well, in Fredoville, hopefully we get to see her again. I don't know what the plans are. Do we know what the plans are yet?
She's retired. Yes, she's broodmare at the farm in Kentucky.
She had a good long career. Tom mentioned the travels last year, California to Florida to Oklahoma, back to California, up to Iowa. Who did all the driving and handled all that?
Well, you know, it's getting these days where you have to, these aged mares, you got to move them around a lot now to go for the money.
So you didn't do the driving?
No, I didn't.
Well, congratulations. Hopefully Fredoville produces half the success she had on the racetrack herself for your family.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Congratulations to the Gentry family and another great champion in Fredoville. Now we move into the aged gelding contenders. This is always one of the most prolific groups of stakes winners every year. Distance champion All About Larry heads the list, a 4-time stakes winner. Chiral Kid, winner of the Grade 1 Refrigerator Handicap. Chivalry SR won the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Invitational. Colt Cash 123, the defending world champ and the only aged horse with 3 Grade 1 wins. El Aguila Real won the Grade 1 Vessels Maturity and the Winter Championship. Cool Countryman, the Grade 1 Sam Houston Challenge. Lano Teller placed in 3 Grade 1 stakes, up to $1.7 million in earnings now. Rollickin' Red, 5 for 6 with 4 distance stakes. And Riley's Boy, a 2-time Grade 1 winner and leader in the aged horse earnings. And the aged gelding is Riley's Boy. He is, of course, a repeat champion in this category. He made the most of his Grade 1 opportunities late in the year, culminating with the annual title preview, Champion of Champions. Here he is, wearing number 10.
And away they go, and the Champion of Champions and Riley's Boy got off to a flying start, and Flame and Flash from down along the inside. Chivalry and Senior Toby. De Niro, Colt Cash 1, 2, 3 is a long ways back. He's Our Secret is trying to rally on, as well as Flame and Flash. Going to try to pull off a big upset, and Flame and Flash to the extreme outside. Riley's Boy, De Niro, and Senior Toby in a driving finish. Here comes Riley's Boy, and Riley's Boy and Ramon Sanchez take the Champion of Champions.
7-year-old last year, bred by Gary Nesbitt in Arizona, by He's a Motor Scooter out of Pipistrel, owned by Lorena Velasquez Rodriguez, trained by Paul Jones, ridden by Joe Ruiz and Ramon Sanchez during the year, winner of the Grade 1 Bank of America Challenge Championship, which got him into the Champion of Champions. Best year ever at age 7, and it's not too often that horses can say that, or that horses don't say that people can say that about horses. So Dale, I've already messed that up, so you better start talking.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to let Paul talk. Scoot up here a little bit. Riley's Boy started the year strong, ended it stronger, but he started by winning his 3rd consecutive championship at Sunland. Obviously ended with what we saw at the Champion of Champions. Training him now, talk about this veteran who travels a lot and is very consistent.
Well, this horse, to me, he's just an incredible horse. I kind of got him late in his career. He was 7. He had a couple bad outs before I got him, And I wasn't sure if this horse was going to come back. I was really excited to get such a class horse in my barn, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be the horse that he used to be. I thought, you know, his better days were behind him. And first time I started him at La Salle, he didn't break, got cut off, got dirt in his face, he ran bad. So, you know, he qualified to the race at Iowa, the championship, so we decided to take him down there. He drew a really good post, and he ran an incredible race and put him in the Champions of Champions. And then to travel all the way back to California and beat that kind of group at age 7 and run the, you know, the best race of his life, and all the traveling he's done. He's just a great horse. He's just all talent.
And to not quit, to have to dig in the last 100 yards to get that big one at the end.
Yeah, he really has a kick on the end. He draws the outside post. It's a good spot for him.
All right, so we've talked about his age. What's the prospects or chances of him at now age 8?
Well, he's still healthy and he's sound, and we're going to point him to the Winter Championship at La Salle at the end of this month.
Okay, so there's a chance we can talk about him some more next year. Went over the $1 million mark last year, over 600,000 earnings. A great year as for a 7-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, it really was great. I mean, he's just a phenomenal horse. You know, he's my hero. He's a great horse.
You've had a few great horses. Paul Jones for Riley's Boy.
Riley's Boy now 21 for 43 lifetime, 13 for 18 going 440. So he is indeed a quarter-mile monster. Here's a couple of others that are pretty good. These are the AQHA Supreme Racehorses for this year for 2012. Now, this is a pretty difficult class to join. You have to have career earnings of $500,000 or more. You have to win at least two open Grade 1 stakes, and you have to win at least 10 races. Now, there's only 101 horses on this list in the entire history of AQHA, so it is quite an award. One of them is a champion tonight, prospect at the top, to the top, lifetime record of 10 for 22, $924,000 in earnings, and a graded stakes winner at ages 2, 3, and 4, and of course now twice an AQHA champion. And the other one is an old favorite of ours, last year's defending world champion, Colt Cash 123, owned and bred by the T-Bill stables of Walt and Carolyn Bay, trained by Sleepy Gilbreth. The 2011 world champion with a record of 12 wins and 19 starts, a Grade 1 winner 3 straight years, won Grade 1 stakes at 6 different tracks. Hard to think of a horse in the last few years whose performances have given as many thrills as Colt Cash 123. Sleepy Gilbreth, of course, here. Carolyn Bay is here. Congratulations on earning the title of AQHA Supreme Racehorse. All right, now for our next group of awards, let's call up AQHA Second Vice President Johnny Trotter to assist as we move into the horseman category. And we'll start with the breeders, the ones that kick it all off and then often wrestle with that difficult decision whether to keep or sell. Here they are, the Allred brothers, breeders of One Dashing Eagle and Carter's Cookie, $2.4 million earned. And Jora Corporation, 5th in wins last year with 51. Bill Price, bred the Heritage Place Futurity winner, BP Cartel's Alibi. Bob or Jerry Gaston, Texas Classic Futurity winner, Valiant Little Lady. Bobby Cox, 2nd in wins with 88. Carl Pivahouse, 38 wins, including 10 stakes. Corner Quarter Horses, 7 stakes winners among 29 victories. Double Bar S Ranch, 2011 champion owner. Ed Allred, the leader in wins and earnings and breeders of those Grade 1 horses. Jerry Wyndham, a 2-time champion, bred to winners of 49 races. Joe Kirk Fulton, ranked 5th in wins and with 6 stakes. John T.L. Jones Jr. Interest, bred multiple champion Ochoa. Mike Abraham, 3rd in earnings and 4th in wins. MJ Farms earned $1.2 million from 48 winners. Steve Burns ranked 7th with 49 winners bred. And the Vessel Stallion Farm, 3rd in winners with 70 and $1.4 million. And the champion breeder for 2012, the Allred Brothers.
Running. I got it going on, and Jessa Star came away a step slow. Vancouver Moon broke beautifully. Going with her is Carter's Cookie. Far side drifting out. Nellie Delaney looks like it may have bumped into Feature Hero, having trouble, but it is Vancouver Moon and Carter's Cookie. Carter's Cookie getting the better of Vancouver Moon. Carter's Cookie to win the Rainbow Futurity from Vancouver Moon, and Blaze Carver and Feature Hero.
The Allred Brothers, of course, Harvey, Dale, and Jerry, inducted into the AQHA Hall of Fame in 2005. Bred 4 Grade 1 Futurity winners last year. Bred a Racing American quarter horses for like 50 years, something like that. From a relatively small operation, they bred the winners of, as I saw from the records, $7.5 million and a dozen Grade 1s. 2 All-American winners. Not too many people can say they bred a couple of All-American winners. 1 Dashing Eagle and A.B. What a Runner. And Jerry, of course, the last of the brothers, passed away in February of 2012. But obviously, the breeding legacy of the Allred Brothers lives on very, very strongly. Dale?
Allred Brothers Hall of Famers many years ago inducted John and Kevin, sons representing. Talk about that, but also this being the first champion award as breeders in a career that's lasted more than many people's lifetimes in this room.
Yeah, it's a great honor. I'm sure the brothers would be well pleased with it, and I wish they were here and could enjoy it.
And going forward, business as usual, or are you going to shake things up a little bit, or what? I mean, what happens? I mean, you've had almost 60 great years.
Yeah, I think, the mares are still there at the farm, and we're going to try to continue and breed and race some good horses.
Thoughts on winning this for the first time after being close many times?
Oh, it's a great honor. Like I say, I wish the brothers were around. I'm sure they'd be very happy with it and well pleased.
John and Kevin Allred representing Allred Brothers, continuing on, champion breeders for 2012.
Congratulations to a true dynasty in American quarter horse racing. All right, moving to the owners now, the one who gets the trophies, the bills, every now and then a phone call from the trainer. Here we go. A.D. Maddox owns stakes winner C.C. Missin' You. And Jor Corporation, the North American leader in wins with 53. Carl Pivahouse, 1/3 of his 27 wins were stakes. Christine Tavares, Canadian leader again with 36 wins. Ed Allred, 47 wins, and the double Grade 1 winner, Check My Thoughts. Gerald DeWitt ranked 8th in wins with 23. Gerald Lieberstadt, 27 wins and 5 stakes. Ivy Lane Racing ranked 3rd with 36 wins. J Bar 7 Cluck and Benson, 7 for 18 last year, $1.38 million. Jose and Gustavo De La Torre, 14 wins, 633 earnings. The De La Torres coupled with San Gregorio Racing, champion 1 Dashing Eagle. Johnny Trotter with champion 1, He's Our Secret. Balgo Racing and Marlon Gonzalez, Los Alamitos 2 million winner Matabari. Raimundo Villarreal, BP Cartel's Alibi. Salvador Oñate Asensio with 24 wins in Mexico. Santa Fe Horse Racing by Carrillos, 27 wins, tied for 5th. And Tom Mayer, Midwestern owner, with 23 wins. And your champion owner for 2012, Jose and Gustavo De La Torre and San Gregorio Racing. Now, one thing about owning 1 Dashing Eagle, you have to go pretty deep to run out of Grade 1 racing. This is the one that started it all at the Edberg Million last summer.
And away they go on the Edberg Million Futurity, and 1 Dashing Eagle started off beautifully and fires Blaze into the extreme outside. 1 Dashing Eagle is ducking inward, but has his mind on running. Now trying to rally on his watch Linda Ballet as well. As 1 Dashing Eagle fires Blaze and could try to re-rally, but just the way they ran in the trials, they run in the finals. 1 Dashing Eagle over Fires Blaze and Joy Rose's Eagle watch Linda Ballet, but 1 Dashing Eagle headed to big things this year, winning the Edberg Million.
The Yes, he was. That was back in June. He was headed for big things this year. Three-time Grade 1 winner. I believe, I might be wrong about this, he was the first horse in the partnership or just one of the first horses on the partnership between Mr. Carmona and the Delatores. Is that right?
One of the first. Okay.
But he's the one we claim, right? Yeah.
Okay, so with that, talk about how your partnership got going and obviously the success you've had, but talk about how the partnership got going.
We've known Delatores for quite some time. You know, we come back when, you know, they're since 17 years old. You know, they said they used to go gallop with my father at the ranch, and we just became good friends, and we've always been friends of the family, and you know, that's how we met them.
Jose, is that how you remember? Were you all 17 or just the two of you?
No, I guess we were younger. He started galloping horses for his dad years back ago, and he just grew too big and fat, I guess. But I mean, we made it through the years and learned the business, and his dad taught us a lot about quarter horses and racing horses, and I mean, we're just glad that this horse got us where we at today, and thank the Lord for the opportunities he's given us, and I guess that's it.
Well, Tom, if you're going to grow up big and fat, you might as well grow up with a big, fat, great horse to be the owner of. So it worked with big checks. Yeah.
And a paycheck to match. Yeah, George Carmona and the Delatores, congratulations on your ownership situation here. Time now for the Blaine Schwanevelt Trainer Contenders, a dedicated group who live and breathe their work and believe they can always do it better than the trainer that just had that horse before. Starting with Brent Clay, 8 stakes winners in the Oklahoma and the Midwest. Sleepy Gilbreth, 5 for 12 in Grade 1 races last year. Clint Crawford in the top 10 in both wins and money earned. Ed Ross Hardy, 47 wins on the Midwestern circuit. Eddie Willis, $2.09 million and 78 wins. Eusebio Huitrón was 10 stakes wins. Guillermo Valdivia, 63 wins in Oklahoma and Florida. Jose Flores in the top 5 in both wins and earnings. Jose Moreno, 8th with 66 victories. Jose De La Torre, 3 Grade 1 winners, $2.5 million earned. Juan Gonzalez, 51 winners, $1.4 million. Judd Curl, tied for second in wins with 80, winner of the Texas Classic, and he's tied with Kenny Roberts, who also won 80 and $1.7 million. Kevin Broussard, 70 wins, including 7 stakes. Mike Joyner, 4 graded stakes wins and the leader at Zia Park. Paul Jones led in both wins and earnings again last year. Ralph Muniz was 60 wins, champion prospect to the top. And Trey Wood, also 60 wins and $1.3 million earned. And the Blaine Schwanevelt Trainer Award goes to Mr. Paul Jones. Now, once again, he led in every important statistical category. Here's one of his 17 stakes winners. This is the Hobbs American Futurity with the aptly named Dream to Remember.
Gates open, the Hobbs America Futurity is underway. Sachet Hot off to a good start with Orion Shooting Star. A Dream to Remember down the center. And then White-Faced Eagle and Fast Pass Regard as they race through the stretch. And it's a Dream to Remember who has the advantage. Here comes White-Faced Eagle down the inside. But a Race to Remember for a Dream to Remember. Winner of the Hobbs America Futurity.
The 11th consecutive trainer title for Paul Jones. He showed the diversity of the stable. Stakes wins at 6 different tracks. And another tradition continues here as he is the Team Wrangler champion trainer. The belt buckle by Montana Silversmiths. Now he has one for every pair of pants he owns, I think. And the check, which has been appropriately confiscated by Marin, right? Not here. Not here? Call the law. Something's happened to the check. Well, I'm sure it'll find its way to you. Yeah, well, she'll get it all right. Dale?
All right, Paul, congratulations on the 11th straight. They're all starting to run together. So in your mind, how do you separate? If they are running together, how do you separate them? How do you put it in perspective this year over last and so on?
Well, you know,
This year, I think I was more nervous than I've ever been about whether I was going to win it or not, and it gets harder and harder every year. There's a lot of good trainers out there, and they've got a lot of good horses too. So I'm just, you know, I can't believe that I'm able to do it again year after year. It's just a great honor. I really don't know what to say.
Well, and you put a lot of work into it. You have a big team as well. You really pretty much have a national type operation. So talk about your team overall.
You know, I can't thank my team enough. Lisa Sawmill in New Mexico, she runs that operation for me there. And I got a good group of horseshoers, veterinarians, grooms there. At Los Alamitos, my assistant Rocky, and my group of grooms and veterinarians and jockeys and owners. I mean, it's a huge team to accomplish this award. I get to stand here and get the recognition, but they all deserve it as much as me.
All right, I'm going to give you a choice now. Last year, excuse me, when we did this, and I know I caught it, I don't know how many other people did, I meant to say when we were wrapping up, congratulations, good luck in 2012. What I said was, congratulations, we'll see you again here next year. What do you want me to say this year?
Congratulations and good luck next year.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. Thanks, Paul. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Paul Jones' operation. One of the interesting parts of this year was that his assistant trainer, Lisa Sawmill in New Mexico, also was part owner of a horse in the stable. That must have been an interesting situation. Of course, the horse did win, I don't know, what, $300,000 in a couple of stakes, so that sure makes that easier. All right, jockey contenders, the funny car drivers of quarter horse racing, and they're the ones in charge when all that hard work that everybody puts in pays off. Alex Baldiez, 103 wins and $1.2 million last year. Alfonso Lujan, fourth in wins with 146. Cody Jensen, $2.3 million in 6 graded stakes. Cruz Mendes led the nation and Los Alamitos in wins, won the $2 million. David Alvarez, fifth in wins with 135. Escar Ramirez was third in both wins and earnings with a stellar year. G.R. Carter, the national earnings leader, just right at $4.5 million in 13 graded stakes. Jimmy Brooks, $1.3 million earned last year. John Hamilton, second in wins with 156. Luis Vivanco, 100 wins and $1 million in the bank. Ramon Sanchez, second in earnings with $3.9 million in that great double, the All-American and Champion of Champions. Ricky Ramirez, fifth in earnings, $2.6 million. Rodrigo Aceves, $2.6 million in 10 stakes. Roy Baldiez, 5 Grade 1 stakes, $1.9 million. Stormy Smith, 16 stakes and $1.8 million. And Tony Bennett, 10 stakes in the U.S. and Canada. So a lot of jocks with good years. Some of them even had career years. But the one with the championship year is G.R. Carter. 17 stakes wins on the resume last year, including a lot of PYC right here in the Oklahoma Futurity at Birmingham Park, where he exhibited all of his great riding skills, winning by 2.5 lengths. Otherwise, that horse would have run off.
All in. They're off of the Redbridge Park Futurity. A lot of PYC came away sharply and has the lead in the opening strides. To the inside, Ground Hero chasing second. All the way in is First Flying Dash trying to threaten in third. A lot of PYC 100 yards away, cruising here up by 2. A lot of PYC just rolling along. Easiest of Redbridge Park Futurity winners by almost 2.5.
This is his 10th AQHA jockey title. It's his second straight year over $4 million. He won or placed in 44 stakes races last year. And the one thing that continues to elude him that I'm sure he'd like to fix in 2013, Dale, is that $1 million prize.
Do you want to fix that, or are you happy just winning this award without winning $1 million races?
No, I'd like to win $1 million races. I'd give up this award to win.
If you win enough of them, you don't have to give it up. You know?
Exactly.
It's your 10th one. Does it ever get old?
Winning never gets old. You know, whatever you do, and especially horse racing. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to to be able to get the thrill of winning, you know, competing and winning and get paid to do it. I feel very fortunate.
Okay, we talked about the million thing. We won't dwell on that. 2012, though, what top memory from last year for you?
Well, you know, winning the Remington Park Fraternity and the Rainbow Fraternity, those were my two biggest wins of the year, and I feel real glad that I got to do it for guys that I've ridden for a lot of years with Rodney Reed and Mike Joyner both. They've both been big supporters of my career, and it means a lot to me to win those kind of races for those kind of guys that's been committed to me for all these years.
All right, for 2013, any shake-up in the plans, or is it business as usual for G.R. Carter?
I think I kind of got the routine down, you know, with here at Remington Park, and kind of sets up, you know, the rest of the year going to Rio Dos and find out where the good babies are going, and Rio Dos, and then trying to hit all the big races in the fall. You know, there's a lot that goes into this deal. It's not just as easy as go out and get on them and win. You know, I got a jock agent that's been with me for a lot of years. I think Donnie Stewart's been with me for 10 of the for 8 of the 10 titles. He's been my agent, and sometimes I don't give him enough credit, and maybe I should today. And then of course my family and the owners, the trainers, and especially the horses that make me look good. I really appreciate all that.
G.R. Carter, champion jockey, keep on keeping on. We'll see you some more.
And he's already asked, you know, some of the tracks to put on those big fall futurities, he's already asked them if maybe they could reschedule a little bit so he could attend the team roping at the NFR next year, which is what he really likes to do. All right, about getting toward the end, and we need Mr. Ben Hudson to come here to the stage. And you can even bring your camera if you want, Ben. It's up to you. This is the AQHA Racing Council Special, I'm having a hard time with that, Recognition Award. And it was established in 1989 to honor a lifetime of outstanding service and dedication to the development, promotion, and enhancement of American quarter horse racing. So this year we've got a guy who bought his first quarter horse as a teenager back in the 50s. He served in the Navy, and as he said, he was dutifully keeping the Viet Cong out of Tidewater, Virginia, and successfully too, I might add. He returned to the Southwest and began the journey that would lead him to serve many parts of the American quarter horse racing industry, probably best known as the man who began with partner Jerry McAdams the oldest independently owned quarter horse racing publication, Track Magazine. He's also the guy who gives Sleepy Gilbert all his caps. Yes. An AQHA Director at Large, past recipient of the Gordon Crone Award. He has an opinion and has never been afraid to express it, whether it be in print or in person. And the current opinion is that Ben Hudson very well deserving of this special recognition award.
Well, I'm going to pick up on what Tom said. Ben, congratulations. As an owner and publisher, you always have an opinion. Now in person, what's your opinion of this award?
It's pretty incredible when you're awarded something for just doing your job and having the best job that there is in racing. And the horses I've got to see and record their achievements, the people that I've become friends with and all, and to get paid for doing what I've done for the last 40 years, it's absolutely incredible.
Talk a little bit about track and what goes into it now. Again, you are everywhere. You and your team seem to be everywhere for all the major events, not just racing events, but sales events as well, all over this country, this continent, and beyond.
Gosh, I mean, we really do have to me, it's a great schedule. I'll be 70 years old this year, and I started this deal when I was how old was I? When I was 28, and we've got to go so many places and do so many things, and we're not slowing down a bit. I luckily swapped McAdams for a lot prettier partner here about 20 years ago, and we get to enjoy all this together, and we're not going to slow down a bit. And I just, I thank the AQHA for this award and the guys that voted on it. I mean, it's so much appreciated, and I just hope we all get to keep doing the same things that we've been doing so long, and to see people like Debbie and Tom Lepick honored tonight, and to be in that group of people, it is tremendous, really is.
Congratulations, Ben Hudson. Does the plaque go up in the booth in the back?
We'll probably hang that up for a day or two back here, yeah. Okay.
Congratulations, Ben. Thank you.
We'll have to let Ben get back to his post because he's not through working yet. He's going to have to take some pictures of the world champion when that comes up, which is now. Here are the contenders for 2012 world champion. So we have One Dashing Eagle, AQHA, and Riley's Boy are actually the three contenders for world champion honors. The world champion for 2012 is the 2-year-old One Dashing Eagle. Now, he all but sewed up the 2-year-old crowd when he won the All-American, but another signature victory was needed for the big prize, and it came Golden State Million. Here he is wearing number 4.
And away they go on the Golden State Million Futurity, and an absolutely rocket start for One Dashing Eagle. And Amorla Blue also came out running strongly. He knows her secret and fires blazing down along the inside. But here is a true superstar horse, one of the best 2-year-olds I've ever called at Los Alamitos. One Dashing Eagle, 30 yards, becoming $2 million in earnings. Wins it by 3 lengths.
Yes, he was. Owned by Jose and Gustavo de la Torre and San Gregorio Racing, of course, bred by the Allred brothers. $3 million plus futurities. He got beat at 3-5 in his first start and never lost again. So, as by my count, he's the 10th 2-year-old world champion in the last 60 years. Possible, but certainly doesn't happen every year. Dale?
One Dashing Eagle, congratulations, Jose de la Torre. Didn't win the first out, wins the next 6. Huge races, just a spectacular year. You never stopped working with the horse, though, and you didn't just take it as it was coming, just leave things alone. You actually made a jockey switch even, and things kept going. But talk about the jockey switch. That was an interesting move with a horse that had so much success already.
Well, Adrian couldn't go to the mount after we won the Edward, so we're thinking who we're going to get. And Ramon has been working with us for a couple of years, and he's a great champion rider too. So we decided to go with him, and I think that we did the right choice on switching to him. That was probably it.
All right, the year was spectacular, huge earnings, huge wins. Now at age 3, what's going to happen? Because I'm hearing things all over the place. I haven't seen anything in writing anywhere yet. What's going to go on with One Dashing Eagle?
Well, we thought we were going to come back for a 3-year-old year. We didn't know we were going to get this, and I think that's it for him. I think we're not going to run him next year. He's going to retire and go to stud.
Okay, and then halfway through a year, you change your mind?
No, we just decided that I think he'd done enough for ours, and now we're going to think what we're going to do for him. So he's retired. I don't think we're going to come back.
All right, so there's the big question answered. One Dashing Eagle is done, and he ends as the world champion. Congratulations, Jose de la Torre, Jorge Carmona, Gustavo de la Torre.
Well, if you're supposed to dominate to win a world title, One Dashing Eagle certainly accomplished that in his races. Well, that seems to be the last award that I have on my page, so unless I invent one, we're all done. Once again, thanks to the Heritage Place for their accommodation. My partner Dale Day, thank you all for your attendance. Thank you all for watching.